Good Thursday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, it's been a very soggy period of time. 2.51 inches of rain has fallen at McGee Tyson Airport since Monday. Monday, we picked up 0.01. You can see the radar behind me. Things are improving, but there may be a few remnant showers still remain early this morning as temperatures gradually fall. We're going to examine all of that, but 2.51, and this is just the first act because we have Act 2 for rain, that is, coming in for the weekend, and it might include some severe weather. We're going to talk about that coming up here in a moment. But this is the review. You can see as we track the radar and the clock at the top of the screen there too. It's moving, and all this rain is working its way through the Carolinas now. The mixing that has been going on in Roanoke has been really bad. I would imagine the freezing rain and sleet they've had over the last couple days has made things very, very dicey there. But our temperature has spiked. I thought the high yesterday was 47. It was by day, but we hit 48 by night. In fact, just before midnight, 11:55 to be precise, we hit 48. We're now at 50. So it was a natural inclination to think that things could spike up in many areas, but that's not the case anymore for Crossville. Notice that Crossville's at 39. This is important if you're driving home today and you think it's going to be warm when it's not. So we're going to look at the hour-by-hour Valley Planner forecast here in a moment, but it will be in the upper 30s to lower 40s for the drive home. That's what I want you to be prepared. This colder area is going to be moving in, and that's what we're going to have to work through here on a Thursday. Today's the 13th of February, the second to last day of Captain Accurate Weather. I'm going to get emotional. I'll try not to be. But I appreciate your thoughts and prayers and all the fact that you guys have been supporting me now really for 15 years since I moved to town back in 2010. 52 is the current reading in Sevierville. That's my expectation. I don't think we'll get any higher than 52 today. If you haven't hit 52 yet, you probably have another hour or so to do so because temperatures are going to get gradually colder, the blue areas you can see there. So that's just one element to examine. Let's keep moving. In fact, we can look at the wind speeds because where it's in the 30s, it's also a little breezy. They got a 14-mile-an-hour wind in Crossville, so that makes the feels like 31 there and 29 Jamestown. So there is some wind chill for those of you that are actually colder in the plateau right now than we are here in the valley. We will be talking about wind chill, I'm sure, by the evening and into tonight. But the wind gusts are over 30 in some parts of the Smokies, and there are some areas of fog to be thrown in for good measure. Down to 1 mile in Madisonville there in Tellico Plains areas, in Monroe County. But in the flood watch, this is a new one, by the way. Breaking news, a flood watch, a brand new one. And this comes by way from the National Weather Service in Nashville. Why are they involved? Because they govern Jamestown and Crossville. National Weather Service in Nashville, they govern, their jurisdiction is Fentress and Cumberland County, as well as Middle Tennessee. And we can include southeast Kentucky. So when we're talking about flooding, again, would come in late Friday night to noon on Sunday for rivers, creeks, and streams. And I said there could be some severe weather thrown in there as well. So I want to look at that. If you have a comment, if you have a note, you have an observation, let me do my best to put you on the screen. Marilyn Bell says, can you hear that? It's the sound of no rain. Woohoo! Finally, she says, so travel safe today. Still lots of standing water. Yeah, we need some... I'm just glad it's not a continuous situation. At least we had rain for the last 2 days. We're going to get essentially 2 days of dry weather. There's a little bit green there. You can see around Newport, a couple of sprinkles left over. But yes, you are absolutely correct, Maryland. It is no rain sound. It sounds pretty good by my ears as well. Good morning from Steve Stone. He's got the happy face in the sunshine. He's going to get some of that. We're all going to get some sunshine later today as we go from clouds to sun. And Fred says good morning, 49 in Maryville. He's got Blount County, 49 degrees. Thank you for that observation, Fred. Always a pleasure having you on these live streams. And Karen says, good morning, David. We have 38 in Fairfield Glade. That's where she is. She says our yard is absolutely saturated, and the bedrock is very shallow here. I hope this water soaks into the soil, gets us out of this drought. Well, we've had some, I think the drought busting rate, we had 2.51 since Monday, and I can give you the breakdown on that. I wanted to show you, yes, we hit 48, 41. We've covered the highs, but we've now had yesterday, the official reading at McGee Tyson was 1.34. Tuesday, we had 0.99. Monday, 0.01. And 0.17 so far today. So the grand total is 2.51. Modeling is in that 2.85 range for Saturday and Sunday. Let me repeat, 2.85 on top of 2.51 gives us about 5 1/3, 5.31-ish. And I said 4.5 to 6, not 8, not 9. I tell you what, people like swinging for the fences. And you're going to find out why, because most of that heavier rain will be up into parts of central Kentucky and really north of Fentress County. We're going to look at that too. But there are certainly some elements there. And I do want to mention the record high today, 74. Set back in 1962, that's JFK era. And of course, Harry S. Truman, 1949. We have two years we hit 74, but we've been as cold as -7 in 1899, back when William McKinley was in office. Now, this is a review. I like being able to show this to you because this shows you essentially where the rain was over the last 8 hours. The ultimate Doppler radar shows it was heavy last night. There was another stage or wave coming in around 2 in the morning, and now it's pretty much gone. And now they're concerned about wind in the Smokies. Nope, they took that off. See, they add them and subtract them. This is one of the things that's nice to be able to see it in review. The winds that they had, the Smokies, looks like they expired that just most recently, probably around the 3 o'clock in the morning hour when the new shift begins. Weather Service there. By the way, if you want to grab some pizza this afternoon or even tonight, Marcos.com is the place to go. They do give back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. I love it, the fact that they're community-oriented. They're in Hardin Valley and Farragut. They're in Maryville, Fountain City, and Halls. You can find them in Anderson County as well. You can find them virtually anywhere. They do deliver. You can find them in Middlebrook Pike, Ebenezer Road. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza later today or tonight. Check out their Magnifico. That's the magnificent pizza for less than $10. And they have a Pizzoli that's a dynamite lunch idea. Get one delivered or pick one up, $5.99, less than $6. The pepperoni and sausage pictured at the top is my absolute favorite, the new Pizzoli from Marcos. Go to Marcos.com. By the way, as we look back at the temperatures, what a contrast. We'll look at from west to east. I mean, it's 50 here, it's 50 in Johnson City, it's 50 in the Tri-Cities, but only 35 in Jackson, Tennessee, and Memphis. Nashville, both at 37. So colder air is beginning to invade the region, and it's going to stay pretty chilly as we head into the overnight tonight. We're down to about 23 by tomorrow morning. By tracking the clouds and radar together, you can see the progression of this rain, and as it's moved over the last 6 hours, a lot of that has moved away, but some of the clouds will be breaking. So early highs, 52. Keep in mind, you'll be driving home in the upper 30s, low 40s. Upper 30s, low 40s. So what you see in Crossville is coming our way later this afternoon. I hope you'll be prepared for that. Early high has probably already hit 40 in Crossville, but 53 for Morristown could still be achieved, 55 in Newport as we get gradually colder. Sunrise and sunset times are on your screen. It's now 6:49. Our sun will be up this morning at 7:25 as the sun sets at 6:16. I think the surprise, maybe just a, whoa, isn't that nice, the fact we get some sun. And as Marilyn Bell noted, we'd get some rain no sound of rain. I guess is that a thing? That's a thing now. No sound. There's no rain coming from the windows. You don't hear it. It's kind of nice. And the bus stop forecast will be a little easier, I think brighter for school bus drivers in the afternoon versus the morning. There could still be some fog or clouds and a remnant shower very early this morning. So that's the bus stop forecast. You can see the flooding concerns. Those are those little burgundy polygons in Georgia just hours ago. They were also in Alabama, but they've had some flooding concerns as well as this storm system has had its handle on us. And still Roanoke under a winter storm warning until 7 o'clock this morning. So a couple more minutes. They've been assaulted with ice, sleet, freezing rain. The whole mess for Roanoke has been centered there, it seems like, for several days now, while there's still some flooding concerns in West Virginia and Kentucky and mainly West Tennessee at this point in time. Extreme cold in dark blue, that's North Dakota. We'll look at that when we look at our current conditions in a moment, but this is the snow across New England. You can see some snow around the Great Lakes, and the heavier rains are now working their way across the Deep South, moving away from Destin and approaching Tallahassee and parts of southeastern sections of Georgia at this time. I want to check in with your comments as we look at the big picture. I believe we're going to look at that here. There it is. And all those lightning strikes, what is it, 12,800? That's a lot of lightning to put on one screen, but that's what we're dealing with in lower 48. Most of that is maybe south and east of us at this present time. If you have a note, we'll have to say hi to Diane Ladyhawk. She says, finally, it stopped raining here on the hill in East Maryville. Though the yard is all mud, All mud, she says. 50 degrees here right now. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate that so much. Judy, thank you for your support. She says good morning. She's one of my premium members. Glad to see Judy is up early with us, too. Happy Thursday from Felicia. Glad it's not raining right now. Me too. And Melissa Mumpower has a good morning to all of you. Have a blessed day, Captain. Thank you for your years of service. My pleasure. It has been a delight. I won't get emotional here because I got that to do tomorrow. But I do have a big announcement. As I come back on camera, I do have a big announcement. I'm going to talk a little bit at the end of this live stream about the future of the Captain Accurate brand name, right? Are you still going to be Captain Accurate over there? I'm going to address that. I'm going to address that and reasons of why I want to address that at the end of this live stream. So stay with me. Stay with me. You know, Captain Accurate was a name that I used when I didn't use it. It was assigned to me by a co-anchor in the news product. I won't go into all the details, but I was kind of like, it wasn't even rehearsed, but it got assigned to me, but I did not use it in Lexington, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. But all this coming up in a moment, because I was freelancing now for the last couple years in Lexington after having served as the weekend meteorologist at Fox 56 during the November 2021-2022 year. I did a one-year contract there, but that's all since now gone. I've had some good friends up there that I will miss, and some great people in Kentucky who've been very, very kind to me also over the years. I want to talk about the possibility of flooding again, because now that we've finished Act 1, Act 2 for rain and heavy rain will come in on Saturday and Sunday. The heaviest will be in parts around Bowling Green, north of Nashville, and really north of Fentress County. But concerning the Weather Prediction Center are these dark green and yellow areas. That's isolated and scattered, key words here, and yes, numerous. Oh, now, whoa, no wonder you said Nashville, Bowling Green, because that's where they're putting the burden. The heaviest of rain, where numerous flash flooding may occur this weekend, is actually, should not say today. In fact, let's just do this on the fly, because if I don't change that, one, it will bother me, and two, somebody who was watching this on live stream later may end up going and say they had it on mute. So let's just put this as Saturday. That's what it is supposed to say. That's what I meant to say. So let's just change that on the fly. I wouldn't do this on local news, but at least now you have a better sense of when this excessive rainfall concern is. And if we go back to the legend, if you want to know exactly what the red area is, because we didn't circle that, the red area is numerous flash floods likely. That means significant event possible in these red areas. So many creeks, many streams will flood or may flood, potentially affecting larger rivers. That's a concern for everybody in those red areas. That includes parts of our viewing area. I think the worst of it will be well north of Knox County. But if you're in Wartburg, in your La Follette, Jellicoe, Jamestown, Scott County, Oneida, you'll have reasons to be concerned for excessive rain. This is only going to be round 2. I think we're on track to see some really heavy rains there. I mentioned we picked up 2.51 for the week thus far. That takes us through 6 a.m. this morning. And we've now had 3.60 for the month. So we're adding up to and getting closer to the average, which is 4.81. This shows you the intense rain that will be coming back. Not today, because that's pretty much done. And of course, Valentine's Day will be sweet, just like the candy that you may receive from your significant other. But here's interesting stuff. Watch this. This 11 o'clock Friday. Let's bring back the virtual rain gauges. There's Saturday morning. There's Saturday afternoon. It looks like a big, heavy band right over to the Jamestown area. Oh, yes, now I see why. That's why the Weather Service, or more specifically, the Weather Prediction Center, has some of the heavier, numerous flash flooding in red to the north, because that takes you through 7 a.m. And then we add this right to the afternoon. It's pretty much done. So we might pick up another 1.5 inches based on this model in Knoxville, but it could be more than twice that. Areas north of Jamestown, areas well north of Oneida could pick up more than twice of the rain we get in Knoxville. So it's going to be a sharp contrast. At some point, heavy precipitation has to end, and it may very well end right along the Tennessee-Kentucky border as we head into round 2 or act 2 on this rain event on the weekend. By the way, headlines for today: early rain has exited or is exiting as I speak. Dress for the 40s today as temperatures will fall. They're going to go do-do-do-do, just like the Pac-Man song or sound effect. Mostly sunny, love in the air tomorrow. Hopefully you're ready. You've got whatever you need, flowers, candy, maybe a sweet handwritten card. That goes a long way too. But rain showers return on Saturday, and it will become far more intense more intense in parts to the north along the plateau and into Kentucky. February high temperatures, what a difference. It's like the hot stays hot, the cold stays cold. We've had now 2 days of below average temperatures. I said the high yesterday was 48. My computer auto generates, so it'll correct itself tomorrow. But yeah, 47 was the daytime high yesterday, but we hit 48 just about 5 minutes before midnight, so that will be the new high for Wednesday. And as far as temperatures are concerned, I told you yesterday and the day before it was so cold in Bismarck. They were, what, negative 20? What are they today? Negative 23. They've outdone themselves. Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine pumping gas at negative 23 actual temperature? No, I can't. No, I can't. I remember the coldest temperature Knoxville's ever had back a long time ago when Pete Michaels was flying a plane on that day in January. Was that back in the 80s? But negative 24 was our coldest. They're at negative 23. That's how cold it is right now in Bismarck, North Dakota. And some of that's trying to invade the upper plain states. It's got a wind chill of negative 39. Last 2 mornings it was negative 35. It's just remarkable how cold it is across North Dakota. I don't know how you function. I mean, you're beyond frozen pipes at that point. It's just frozen people. I hope that people know how to prepare for that kind of extreme. But this cold air, as you can see, is coming back into play. It's going to play cat and mouse with us for a little while, but what we're looking at here are 5,000-foot temperatures, which is a very important value for meteorologists in determining a high temperature. It's a very important tool that we like to utilize. 5,000 feet, by the way, for context, is the same height roughly as Newfound Gap. So it's not that high. Many of you have driven to Newfound Gap, so you know what 5,000 feet temperatures, or at least 5,000 feet, looks like. But this will all be replaced, the warm air, with some of the brutally cold air. As we head into next week, there will be pockets of very cold air, and it'll eventually come down. The purple is what we probably want to be most fearful of, because that's usually indicative of single-digit wind chills and temperatures in the teens. It's pretty cold, no doubt, where some of that cold air will be coming back into play. But let's focus on the positive. That's today. The rain has and will continue to exit this morning, but clouds will give way to sunshine and temperatures will in fact fall. Early highs I have, we've already hit 50, that's what, 52 in Sevierville. Generally expect for the drive home in the upper 40s, upper 30s, low 40s for the drive home. That might be between 5 and 6. Some of us will get a lot colder than that. If you've got a comment, you got a note, let me know. I see Vince Babinski. Good morning to you, sir. Great to see you. Thank you for your support all these years. Of course, Vince is the husband of Diane Babinski, or Diane Ladyhawk. They're both on here this morning. Glad to see her and him there this morning. Felicia says, David, thank you for supporting us in Knoxville for so many years. Best wishes for you. For you in your next adventure. Norfolk is lucky to get you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's a challenge that I love and welcome, and I'm very excited about getting started there. I start the 24th of February, which means tomorrow is my last day here on this particular platform. We'll talk more about that at the end of the stream. It is, by the way, 6:59. Yes, round 2 for rain is not today, not tomorrow, but it does come in Saturday. It's been kind of like cat and mouse. The heaviest rains will be north here, but I did leave an 80% chance and 100% chance now for Saturday and Sunday. Storm Prediction Center. Oh, you think you don't see orange very often. That's the enhanced risk. They use they use the isolated, scattered, and numerous wording in their color codes, but they don't have an orange in the, if you're noticing, there was no orange in the Weather Prediction Center, but Storm Prediction Center uses the orange to represent numerous, and that's on Saturday, but you won't see that today. Today, what we see is for severe weather is down across southern Georgia, parts of the Panhandle. I'm looking at Panama City, Tallahassee, but really for us, we have now turned a corner as we say goodbye to Chapter 1 or Act 1 of the rainy situation. By Friday, the thunder threat comes back in Friday night for the plateau, might even work its way into Jamestown and La Follette by late Friday night. That's these outlooks run right until about 7 in the morning the following day. So this runs through about 7 a.m. Saturday. But you'll find the possibility of thunder increases, particularly as we move into Saturday. Look at this bullseye. This would represent numerous severe storms, possible tornadoes in the Jackson, Monroe, Louisiana area. The severe weather will be scattered in yellow for Atlanta and Memphis and Nashville. And it really covers our southern valley because you can see we in Knoxville will have isolated severe storms possibly on Saturday night. And then once we move into Sunday, this will all try and work its way eastward. But Crossville, Decatur, Tellico Plains, Loudoun, Lenore City have reasons to watch for scattered severe storms once again. That would be on Saturday. And again, I want to remind you, the Captain Accurate Weather app will still work, but I will not be working Saturday because my last day is tomorrow. I know the temptation is, hey, can you update me? The app will update you. That will be disappearing on the 21st of February. So a lot to keep track of. Captain Accurate Weather ends Friday, tomorrow. The Captain Accurate Weather app will kind of disappear, fade from view. You'll have it on your phone, but it won't work after the 21st of February. So that hopefully will give you help. It'll get you through the storm. And you can always join me at my new venture. You can join us at WTKR News 3. We have our first morning weather app, which I'll be on coming up in the next couple of weeks. By the way, you can see that front moving away for today. As you can see, the flakes to the north in West Virginia. By the time we hit tonight, it gets awfully cold. We're going to drop down to about 23 degrees. As we've now hit 7:01, I've gone a little bit long, but I have accounted for that. Let me go into the bigger picture. This is 4:30 Saturday morning, and where are the rains heaviest? They're mainly to the north. The yellow areas are focused across Kentucky, and that's where it's going to be through the rest of the afternoon. Eventually, this low will slide across Bowling Green, and then the heavier rains come in early on Sunday before some wraparound could drop in a few flakes or drops like so. And that's classic horseshoe effect, where you get wimpy snows in the Plateau, Smokies, and southeast Kentucky, and you get a nothing burger, not much at all, if anything at all, in the valley. So don't expect snow, maybe flurries. That might be about all we get, but this will be what we anticipate on Sunday. So for today, if we're at 52 now or 50, it's only going to get colder. Temperatures will fall. Clouds will give way to sun, and the winds will be about 5 to 15. Now today, a high of 49 for Oak Ridge, 47 for La Follette, 53 in Morristown. These are early highs as we gradually get colder. If you're traveling to Atlanta, 57, 35 for Lexington, and 51 for Chattanooga. Tonight we're dropping down to 23. That's cold, mostly clear. It's colder with some frost to develop in the morning. Winds about 5 to 10. Tonight we're down to 20 for Morristown, 19 in Wartburg. I said winter would come back, and it's coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance in some cases, because some of us thought 70s were here to stay. No, they're not. They're not here to stay. But second half of February will be vastly different than the first half of February. 19 for a low in Oneida. Look for a low of 20 in Crossville first thing tomorrow morning. So very cold. It's going to be very, very tempting to leave the jacket behind, but don't leave the jacket behind tomorrow morning. You'll want that for Valentine's Day. All right, here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast with love in the air. Yes, President's Day, banks are closed, post office closed on Monday, but we're down to 19 Monday morning at early high on Sunday. We'll come in the pre-dawn hours, kind of like today. Another upside-down day on Sunday before we bring back maybe a few flakes to drops on Wednesday of next week. But clearly the warmest morning is Saturday night, because we're watching this storm system evolve, and that could mean severe weather as well. So there's something to keep track of there. If you have another comment, I'd love to say hi to you before Karen says, what will happen to your Facebook pages? Good question. I plan on retrofitting them. And it leads me to the next question. Let me come back on camera. Might be easier for this. So here's the situation. Captain Accurate is an endearing name that was born here and will stay here. I'm moving to an area, think about this. Norfolk has the world's largest naval base. And in the naval base, they have things called Navy captains. And so when you're just the weather guy who's just coming on the scene, it seems a bit weird. Is it not a bit weird to have a Navy captain where rank matters? So it's just probably, I'm best to go by David Aldrich. That's my name, and that's what I'm going to embrace. But you could still call me Captain. If you say, hey, Captain, then I'll know you're from this area. So there's no harm in it. It's just that for me, it was just a better way. And somebody asked me, I didn't use Captain Accurate in Lexington. In the years that I was freelancing and the year that I worked there, my anchor, Gigi, wanted to call me Captain Accurate. I said, no. I said, I didn't earn that name here. I haven't worked in Lexington that long. I said, let's just go by David Aldrich. So there's nothing wrong with the nickname. I love the nickname, but it is going to be something that Knoxville has bragging rights. This is where it was born. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to respect our military, but I'm also going to work very, very hard in Norfolk, and I can't wait to get started. And the Facebook pages, you'll see the word Captain Accurate disappearing. It's not the end of the world, but I'm still going to use those pages with the new branding, with the new WTKR News 3 and their first warning weather. So I'm very excited about that and very thankful for your support. It's bittersweet. Tomorrow morning will be my last live stream. And I'll keep posting throughout the day on Valentine's Day because love is in the air, not only because of our significant others and our loved ones, but because my heart, you guys are also my Valentine. It has been an amazing 6 years with this platform and a total of 15 years. I mean, my kids grew up here. This is what they think of as home, so this is not going to change. That will live on. Anyway, my name is David Aldrich. We'll see you here soon. Make sure you have the umbrella for this weekend, and know that the Captain Accurate Weather app will not cease functioning until the 21st. So a week after tomorrow. A week after tomorrow will still work. And you can always do other things, but I encourage you to download the WTKR News 3 weather app. It's the first warning weather app. I'll be on that platform in just a matter of days. I start February 24th. Well, my name is David Aldrich. We'll see you here next time. Take care.